We're moving up to the fourth level of Bloom's framework of analyze. This is when you want to teach students how to break down the materials and determine how they relate to one another and to an overall structure or purpose. In this lesson, we'll discuss lesson hook, chat with documents or case study, and build a chatbot for students. Analyze, students should be able to troubleshoot, compare, and identify patterns or problems. So let's begin the first section here of lesson hook. This is a planning activity. Do this before you're in class. So of course I select the university level. It knows me now. And I'm going to just copy and paste in a standard of demonstrate interior and exterior wall framing. There's 3 unique hooks that are being identified here. Virtual reality framing experience, framing challenge with limited resources. It's kind of a fun, engaging activity with straws, tape, and cardboard, and then a case study analysis. I'm going to choose that second activity because I think it's something unique and different for the students. And there's some implementation guidance for me. I did, though, go ahead and copy all these to place them down below this lesson. But now I'm just going to go ahead and copy lesson hook number 2 and then bring it into Raina to have Raina help me with more details. Because right now it's kind of set up that it would be good for either students to do all the exact same thing or one student, one group of students. So what I did was I copied and pasted the activity, and then I said, could you provide me with 5 different scenarios for the following activity? And then I pasted in the scenario lesson or portion. And as you can now see, there are 5 different scenarios available to break down your students into groups so that they're all engaged and analyzing. Let's look at this next tool, Chat with Docs. I'm going to type in chat and find the Chat with Docs tool. Pops up. In this case, I can insert a document to have a chat with. I can add the file. I do have to be very careful. It is just 75,000 words. When I upload the document, it's a technical manual, like in this case with automated driving systems, I did have to break down just a section of the document that I wanted to chat with. Otherwise, you can load a second section as well. Click on the generate. It's reviewing the document now and then providing me with questions that I might ask. I reviewed those, and actually I liked one of them, the third one there. I went ahead and highlighted that question. I went down into the chat bar and I began to build the case study by saying, can you create a case study analysis for first year community college automotive students for the following? And then I pasted that question about, are there any specific standards or protocols outlined in this document? I want the students to review this document in great detail and analyze it. So it did build the full case study for me with the discussion questions, conclusion, and assessment. A copy of this case study can be found in the lesson below. The next tool is build a custom chatbot for students. It's a good error analysis. In this case, we have to go to the Magic Student tools. In the student tools area, there's also a search for tools feature. I'm going to go ahead and type in chatbot. There's a number of different chatbots here, but in this case, I'm going to build a custom chatbot. In this custom chatbot, I have pre-built this example to save some time here. So in this particular example, I built a stick welding chatbot. I gave it a description, and keeping in mind this is a tutoring tool where students, you can't be everywhere and answer all their questions. Students would be able to access a chat conversation. In regards to stick welding, I put in the standards and measurements and specific knowledge and how the chatbot should converse with the student, answer questions, respond, ask them questions back. In a moment, I'll show you how to save the room, but in the meantime, let's try a sample question. I tried to target a higher end question about electrodes with stick welding. It responded to my question, and if as a student that was stopping me from moving on, I would have access. And currently, students are not limited in the number of questions they can ask. So to save this room, click on that Save button, give the room a name and a description, which is optional. Then you click on Save Room once you've typed in this information. This might be just a little more technical than the other tools, but now we're going to copy the join URL. Now, any student that I release that URL to can access the stick welding chatbot. You do have access to information about insights on how this room is used over time. Obviously, I just created the room, so there's not a lot of student threads or information on usage trends or types of questions or metrics they are asking. Might help you understand what students aren't learning or concerned about with stick welding or whatever topic. If you've forgotten, you can come back to this location and click on Invite Students and get the URL once again. And those are the 3 tools that will help you support the level of analyze. Thank you.